Our generation could become a lost generation, a faceless generation that no one notices, and the only time they do is when we wear a mask. Before I was on this course, I was volunteering at my local Offshoot Foundation. I was also going to my local youth place for helping people and, my age. And yeah, I was struggling to get out because of anxiety and stuff, so I was trying to go there to try and improve in ways and quite a lot of other things. And then I heard about this course and went for it. Can you tell us what being a young person means to you?
I think they face great challenges and a lot of negativity, and it's going to be, they need more courage, I think, than we did when I was younger. I think the challenges are far greater, but I think they're rising to those challenges. Young people I know are very positive and got a lot of aspiration.
It means having your life in front of you and a world of opportunity, choices.
Can you tell me how you think young people are perceived?
Fascinating, interested, enthusiastic, lively, yeah, exciting.
How do young people's lives compare to when you were their age?
I think it's sad that they're exposed to so many negative things that we weren't, I think, in a bigger way, but I think they're stronger for it.
I think it's a lot harder these days. Life is much faster and there are a lot more challenges, and I think maybe we didn't realise that we were quite lucky.
How do you think young people can improve their lives?
Perhaps being as independent as possible and keeping their powers of reason, not to be influenced by the negative influences around them. But I think it's important to have self-worth, self-esteem, and not measure yourself by the way other people may treat you.
I think just by being open to opportunities and being flexible and alive to different possibilities.
So it's a little surprise that around us, people stereotype and view us as a group, rather than as individuals.
This is our story, but around us, young people all feel the same, but some hide behind their masks better than others.
So we made masks to show how we feel, and how we felt through our time on the course.
The programme for me, Alex, is really all about giving young adults an opportunity to fulfil their full potential in life.
But also there's a huge learning for the coaches as well. We might have come in here thinking we were going to give, but personally I've received a huge amount.
It's about empowering young people in Ipswich and around Ipswich.
Makes the community stronger, but ultimately it's focused around the young people knowing they're great, becoming great, reaching their potential, which is exciting.
Helping people and young people to realise that they can do what they want to do, that they can be the person they want to be.
Oh, I just love seeing the little steps, the little light bulb moments that we have on a week by week basis.
And I love it when I see that spark happen.
Seeing young people slowly tick off their goals and achieve them motivates me, because I know that as a young person I didn't have someone to kind of guide me to achieve my goals, and I know that that support means a lot to young people.
And I think everybody deserves that space to be listened to and to get to know who they are and understand what they're capable of. I think that's a gift we all deserve.
Anything and everything is possible. Consider the possibility, and it's possible. And you guys are proving that in the things that you're doing.
Well, I've just reaffirmed that young people are great and always get a bad press, and they shouldn't.
I've learnt that young people today have got an awful lot to contend with, a lot more than we had when we were young.
I think it's brought it home clearer to me that what sort of a roller coaster journey you'll go on into adulthood.
And all the pressures that are on them. It's a lot to deal with.
And that if you have people around you that are sort of rocks or stand by you and support you through that, you can sort of keep that roller coaster on track.
I always find these programmes amazing, and every Saturday amazing. I drive up for 2 hours, and it's early, I'm tired, it's like, why do I want to be here? And then during the day, somebody will say something will happen, and I go, oh yeah, I remember why I want to be here, because there's something for me to learn.
Like a lot of young people, we feel stereotyped, but what if that stopped? What if people treat us as individuals and gave us a chance?
I'd say initially I took part because I was doing a course beforehand, and one of the tutors asked me to join in to get some of the other members motivated to do it as well, because I've always been one of those people that I don't mind trying something new, and people tend to like to join me when I try to do something new.
It has given me a place to sort of exercise with things I otherwise wouldn't really do or challenge. Speaking in front of people and just being around people, really, sort of more social things. I've gone out taking more opportunities up because I've seen this one has helped in some ways, so it's given me a bit more confidence with going after things.
I've kind of found a better value of the meaning of responsibility. Because before, I used to think, okay, just because I said something doesn't mean I have to do it. I would start something and finish it, but I would tend not to want to start anything. But now, after doing this course, I've learned the proper meaning of responsibility. I chose to do it, which means I have to do it because I made that choice.
The anxiety so far hasn't really gone away, but it's been fun, and it has shown me that I should keep trying to go for these things, even though the anxiety is there.
I've changed because I usually, when I have the opportunities, I just say no because I'm scared of the outcome, what is it going to be, because I've had bad experiences of stuff like that, and I thought, no, but now I have more confidence to go for new experiences and that, and I've met loads of people, and I've found out that they're in the same path, so that helped me quite a lot. Being helpful, knowing that someone is there to help you and support you when you need someone to talk to.
It's really useful because whenever you're stressed in your everyday life, you just sit down, have a chat with your life coach, or you can just meet up or talk on the phone. They're pretty open to anything, and it's a very big relief.
It'd be a good idea to come and do things like this as I've done, because you do get challenged and encouraged to go after things a bit more in your life.
I'd say it's worth doing, especially because it will help them in their everyday life, and the life coaches will help to get them motivated, to help sort them out and put them on the right path, the path that they want to be on.
The course itself wasn't as helpful, but there's some experience what was helpful.
I have a general direction, but I don't know how I'm going to get there or what I'm going to do when I am there, but I've got the choice.
I'm not sure at the moment. I'm still thinking hopefully I can do voluntary work. I need to start being more confident and more going out, and hopefully I can go there and start learning for it and stuff.
Yeah, I've recently moved into my new flat, and that's given me a lot more freedoms, independence, stuff like that. And this has helped with that in a lot of ways because of taking up more options and, just having the confidence to go after stuff.
I feel like I've made an experience that I won't forget, and it will always be good to reflect back on this situation and these times. But it's not just us who changed by being part of this project. Our coaches did too.
I feel like I've got a lot from it because in my work role, I dip in and out quickly with young people and don't have time to really see changes happening before my eyes. So working with somebody for 9 months intensely, and that one single person, I've got a lot from that, being able to see over a period of time the changes.
being able to have consistency with a young person, week by week, month by month. It's a real shift from maybe ways I might have worked with young people in the past. I have 6 weeks to work with someone. Here this is 9 months. I could really see a shift.
I got to meet a whole bunch of people that I would probably never have come across in my working life. I got to learn and find out about a whole new methodology, way of working with young people, which was totally alien to anything that I had come across before.
It was just amazing to see what this training was doing to these young people in that intensive week. What I've seen is them growing in confidence and a realisation that their dreams actually can come true.
There's also something for me in that there are lots of things in life I've gone, actually I'm not going to stick with that anymore. And the price of that is I've never knew what it could have been. So it's interesting to see the coaches that stuck with it, even though their young people might not be turning up, or it might not be what they imagined. But in the sticking with it, sometimes something new opens up that they never imagined. Something comes into existence that wasn't there for them before. And you don't know unless you stick. And often there's not a good reason for sticking with things in life other than you said you would do it. And in that, something new can show up.
I grew up in a world of deceit and mistrust. When I was involved in gangs and paramilitary organisations and in conflict, that was a world of mistrust, deceit and paranoia. Who you couldn't be was honest, real and genuine. It was like playing a game. The value of this work for me is about community that's different from that. It's about forming a community where people can be real, they can be honest, and they can speak their truth without the fear of being judged, which enables them to deal with the real stuff that they want to deal with.
No, not really. I think I wouldn't have been volunteering for this programme if I didn't have a positive view of young people anyway.
Well, of course they have, because we all make judgments and we all have ideas about people as soon as we meet them.
Yes, they have done. And what's ironic about these events is it allows me then to have relationships with people that I wouldn't have. Therefore, it allows me to see something about people that I wouldn't see.
But maybe what has changed is the amazing potential that I saw at the end of the intensive. I'm just pleased that the programme's been around to help you make the most of that.
If I'd have known that course first, and would I have thought young people could hack that? I think my perceptions did change. I think I realised just how brave, trusting and resilient young people could be.
The reason I do this work is, one, because when at home, when I was a kid, I didn't feel taken care of. I didn't feel like loved in the way people want to feel loved within the family network. And out of that, not feeling loved or cared for by the family, I spent a lot of time on the streets, running about the streets. And out of my involvement in the civil disturbances, I ended up spending a lot of time in prison, and I served about 17 years of jail. During that time, I questioned the things that I believed to be true about myself and what I held to be true, like factual. But I went through this roller coaster of reflection, and I couldn't articulate what I seen for myself in the way that I would have liked to have articulated, and that I had an opportunity to take part in this type of work. When I get introduced to it, when I involved myself in the training, it was an absolute fit for what I seen for myself that I couldn't articulate at the time. So the reason I do this work is because It challenges people's perception of themselves.
Think about the youth that I work with primarily. His aspirations have grown phenomenally, his horizons have broadened, and he's always been quite insightful, but he's, I think, really beginning to understand himself more, understanding what his strengths are, what he needs to push himself a bit more with, and where he might go in the future.
And I see young people who have courage and vibrancy, who are powerful, who have discovered that they have control over the way their life goes. And that's beautiful.
Because otherwise I think they'd just be bobbing along in the same old routines that they were before. And now there's possibilities. And that's really encouraging.
The things that for some of the things that they didn't think were possible for them, they are now doing. If that is just standing up and speaking in front of people, then that's what it is. When people think something isn't possible, the only thing that can make something possible, to cause it to happen, is yourself. When someone gets that in their bones, then they can create things when they think it's impossible to do that.
The growth has been phenomenal. The difference to see each month the difference in the way the young people have come through the door is, that in itself tells it all, really. They've got the future, whereas they may not have perceived of such a future 9 months ago.
Society has drawn a line in the sand for us.
And we have taken a step over that line.
And we are now looking forward to a brighter future.